We have invited Valentino Sevino. As I said before, he cannot attend due to some budget meetings. He couldn't travel to Zaragoza, but we've been able to get his statements from Valentino Sevino. He is the Director General and Interim Mobility Planning Area Director in the city of Milan. As I said, he is the General Director of AMAT. This is the Mobility Agency territory. This is a consultant company which is totally owned by the Milan City Council, and they work on the technical studies of urban mobility, the environment quality. Also, Valentino has a degree on architecture by the Polytechnical University of Milan. He has a master's degree specialized on environmental engineering. He's expert in sustainable mobility and responsible for the planning and execution of projects such as mobility, shared mobility, urban logistics, planning of traffic, roads, infrastructure, planning of public transport, management of European and regional projects in urban mobility and environment. So as you can see, he's an excellent person to talk about the case of Milan. Now, I will ask my colleagues to play the video that we have from Valentino.
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, to thank the organizer for the invitation, and I apologize for not being there, but a very important commitment this morning keeping me in Milan. But I wanted to attend this very important event anyway. So I'm Valentino Sevino. I'm the General Director of AMAT. AMAT is a company owned 100% by the city of Milan, and AMAT provide to support the city of Milan in order to define policy, study, and project in relation to the mobility, environment, energy, infrastructure, and urban plan. Focusing on the subject we discussing this afternoon in this conference, I would like to start with our Sustainable Urban Mobility Plan. As you know, the Sustainable Urban Mobility Plan is a very important document for the city in order to define the strategy and the policy in relation to the mobility for the next 10 years. The Sustainable Urban Mobility Plan developed by AMAT for the city of Milan is based on 4 principal pillars: sustainable mobility, equity, security, and social cohesion, environmental quality, and innovation and economic efficiency for the transport. The road safety is under the 2nd pillar, equity, security, and social cohesion. Under inside this plan, the most important target to reduce congestion and to join the goal are exactly focused in relation to the increase of the public transport modal share, reducing floor capacity during the peak hour, increase the public transport commercial speed, reduce the car ownership, and reduce the atmospheric emission caused by the transport. How our Sustainable Urban Mobility Plan is composed? Our Sustainable Urban Mobility Plan is composed by 4 important chapters. Milan Metropolitan City, in order to define the modality and the integration of the mobility systems to support the travel between the city of Milan and the metropolitan areas. The second is in relation to urban accessibility by public transport. The third is in relation to urban space as a common good. And the fourth is in relation to the freight and people mobility demand management. The road safety is on the third chapter, urban space as a common good. The measure in relation to the subject urban space and a common good are zero risk vision for the city of Milan. And the action in order to join the goal to the zero risk vision are the classification of the road network to promote greater safety, renewal of access and nodes, 30 km/h speed limit zone in our city, pedestrian zone, pedestrian path, school mobility plan, and coordinating policy for road safety. Other aspect in relation to this specific pillar is the road network in relation to the road renovation and repair intervention, and the policy in relation to the cycle mobility in order to create a network, service, and communication and marketing. Year by year, we reduce the number of accident and injury and the fatality caused by the accident we have. Starting from 2018, for instance, we reduced a lot the number of accidents from 8,000 in 2018 to more or less 6,000 in 2023. In relation to the injury caused by those accidents, we reduced it from more than 10,000 injury in 2018 to more or less 7,000 injury in 2023. In relation to the fatalities caused by those accidents, in 2018, we had 46 fatalities, and in 2023, we had 33 fatalities. Focusing on specific subject of the motorcyclists, we reduced a lot the number of accidents in relation to the motorcyclists. But in any case, one accident every three is involve a motorcyclist. But the reduction year by year is a very, very important effort provided by the city of Milan. In 2018, we had 3,000 accidents involving motorcyclists. And in 2023, we had 2,000, more or less 2,000 accidents involving motorcyclists. In relation to the fatality, in 2018 we had 15 fatalities with motorcyclists, and in 2023 6 fatalities. We reduced it a lot, but we need to work strongly in order to create the really zero vision for the road safety. What are the most important typology of accident involving motorcyclists? The most important typology of accident involving motorcyclists are in relation to running off the roadway, and fall from vehicle, and frontal and lateral collision. The most important road safety action we are providing in our city for motorcyclists, but in general to reduce the number of accidents, are strongly focused on the creation of the speed restriction policy to create a limited traffic zone with 30 km/h or 15 km/h in specific areas of our city, specifically in our congestion charge areas. As you know, in Milan, we have a congestion charge area in the very inner part of our city, and the goal is to have this congestion charge area at 30 km/h speed limit. We are working to keeping out from the line from the reserved lanes for the public transport to keeping out the motorcyclists from several reserved lanes for the public transport, because we have a lot of accidents inside those reserved lanes. And we are working in order to improve the parking space for the motorcyclists, because is a very, very important part of our modal share in our city, the use of the motorcycle. And we are creating a task force on road safety in order to involve all the professionality in our city. And we, as you know, in Milan, we have a very, very important shared mobility system, a very developed shared mobility system. And we oblige the company provide a sharing mobility system, specifically in relation to the scooter sharing operator. They are object to create a road safety campaign in order to improve this policy in our city. Thank you for your attention, and for any needs, you can write me by email, and I'm available for questions. Thank you.
Muy bien, pues ciertamente hay similitudes.
Okay, thank you. So there are a lot of similarities between the city of Milan and Barcelona. I think that there are two good examples of European cities which have a lot of motorbikes as part of the mobility system.